What's up everyone, Dr. D here, and in this video we're doing a chart breakdown for Glitch Angel level 17 single expert requested by GameFan. This is an excellent chart actually. I quite liked it. It grew on me a lot. At first I was like, yeah, but after finally playing it and getting used to it, it's got a lot going on. So let's break it down. First thing we're going to look at is the BPM 165. Nothing too standoutish here. It's kind of lower. Well, it's on the lower end of tricky songs or hard songs for 17s. Not many 17s go down to 165 or 330, so most of them are a lot higher than that. Kind of fascinating with that. All right, the other thing I want to mention is the sync, because truthfully, that's really what's going to mess you up. And that's what messed me up when I was trying to get a good score on it. Because you have to understand that the sync is totally off. Just like most of DDRA and newer, it's late. But this one is especially late. So I would recommend paying very close attention whenever you play the song. Check out your fast and slow counts. You always want to have your fast and slows in the middle. Like if you're getting like 30 fasts and like 10 slows, you should be going into your next song trying to slow it down a bit. Or next time you play it, should I say. And that's what I had to do several times playing the song. Just keep slowing it down. Stop trying to rush. All right, let's jump right into the chart. I'll stop and mention all the notable parts.
Ready, set, step.
All right, so surprisingly, I do not do any helper steps at all for this entire section. I think it goes very perfectly to the music, and it's a really nice intro, so I don't really have any tips here. I do have a tip here. All right, so what's about to happen is a very tricky crossover. So we have a typical staircase pattern right here, left, down, up, right, into a down. And then we immediately are going to have, we're immediately going to have a triplet and then followed by this. So let's look over to the left so we can see more of the chart. And let's see what's really going on here. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 arrows. So we have a 9 arrow combination that does require a crossover. Absolutely. And this crossover requires a left foot starting with. So we're going to go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. The real tricky part is how it starts off, and it's particularly rude. You do see these kind of patterns in DDR, absolutely, but they're usually not the starting. Like you'll be inside of a stream and then it'll give it to you, and that feels a lot more natural. This seems pretty rude. It's just like in your face, just like throws you over there. So the trick you want to do here is make sure that you're using your toe to hit the left, plant your right, heel or toe for the right arrow with your left foot. And then once you get down to the up and down, we are now transitioning into a reverse staircase, the right up, down, left, which should be easy to finish. So the hardest part, I think, are the first 4 notes, and then the transitioning step, and then the reverse staircase. That is how you want to approach it. I will mention one other thing. I've been noticing that in my later years, yeah, I'm in my later years for sure. I've been really doing this kind of pattern poorly, and maybe this will help you because I've been noticing I'm getting a lot of goods or misses, or mostly goods. Because what ends up happening is I'll hit this one perfectly, of course, but when my right foot, my right toe hits this, I'm so used to always having my right foot over the up and the right arrow that a lot of times when I hit with my toe on the up arrow, the force will have enough force to briefly just tippy tap the right arrow, which will cause an early good on this. So if you ever notice yourself getting like random goods, but you absolutely feel like you're doing it right, that might be the cause. That happens to me a lot recently, and I really either need to tune the pads or just truthfully, I just need to like recondition myself in approaching crossovers because I'm getting pretty sloppy. And if you're noticing a lot of goods, the chances are you're misfiring other notes and that's why the goods are coming. Because if you feel that you're on time and you're hitting the notes, but you're getting goods, something's misfiring. Take a video, watch how you play, analyze it. And it's honestly for that reason why I threw this chart onto Mirror. If you check my channel, my record is posted. I have 4 perfects on this song. Really good run. It was on Mirror. I started playing it on Mirror. Why? Literally this part. Literally this part. And by the way, if you're doing breakdowns, unless you specifically tell me, like if you want me to do it on a turn mod or not, I'll do whatever I think is most helpful. And in this case, I felt that most likely you wanted the regular turn broken down. But I will recommend if you're having trouble with this part, it doesn't change the song too much, but it will make this part a lot easier if you put it on Mirror. Okay? Okay, great. So now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and continue. All right, this part you could cross over, but honestly, it's irrelevant. All right, this is a pretty simple pattern, triplets. Now here, this is where we're finishing with a back crossover. So we do the first one, and then a triplet, and then notice this. So we have a staircase, and then after we plant our left foot on this, our right foot's up, and we're going to finish with our left foot on the right arrow. It's very important that your left foot is planted here, because this next arrow you must hit with your right foot. Now, the reason why we're forcing ourselves to do that is because these are one of the patterns that starts crossed. It's a starting crossed pattern. So that means that your left foot should be lined up, because again, if you listen to what I said and you left your left foot here, your right is here, and your left foot is in perfect position to finish this out. And then it's very straightforward. And now we got a very long freeze arrow. So let's continue. This part should be very straightforward. All right, and then now is like the part that's going to be like repeated. It's always going to end with a broken. It's going to be missing the 8th note here, and then into a gallop. So what do you do there? Honestly, the best way to do it is just remember that the last 2 notes that you're going to hit, treat this like a gallop, and then it'll be a didn't didn't, because it'll be didn't didn't, and then. All right, so all this part, just keep in mind, you want to go a little bit slower. Just follow the beat and go a little bit slower. I'll point out anything else that's really obvious. Okay, like maybe that section. If you really want to be a little bit lazy and save some energy, one conservative thing that I would probably implement here, I would probably bracket this jump. And there was a couple jumps earlier on that were bracketable. I'll show you all the bracketable jumps. All right, so that would be played out. Like this one could technically be bracketed, but probably I would have bracketed this one, yeah. So I would do bracket here, and then bracket option here, and then either way you have to do the pattern. This would be a bracket, this would be a bracket, and then there, I would still be in the southpaw position. I've told you guys about how I like to be southpaw. I would be in the southpaw position, so I would double step this and double step these two, and then make sure that you hit this. Now, I will admit that it would be more comfortable if you cross this over, because you would be more comfortable if you started this with your right foot on the down, because that's a better transition to this. So right here, you would preferably want to start that. So one way to do that is to cross over here, or you could double step it and then double step into. So after you hit that, put your right foot down here and finish out that, you'll have a smoother pattern. Bracket, bracket. All right, now here is where we're going to do some foot switches. Right here is going to be the first foot switch spot. So that's left to the right foot up, and then hopping to the left foot onto the right foot to the right, and then we're going to reverse it. Right foot to the left on the up, and then switch over right foot to the left. And then double step those. Once again, it's a mirrored version of the other one where you could set it up so that you want to make sure you're either going to have to double step one. So if you finish with your right here, make sure you swing your right foot to the down here so that we can do these gallops with our left foot on the up, and then play that out. There, do not cross over. That's a fake crossover because you think that you can go here and then cross over. That would not be your identity, ideally. So you're going to want to do a pivot gallop. And you should already be in a pivoting mood because you're seeing all these foot switches, which there's one more right there. All right, now we're almost done. Double step all of that. Yeah, and then no matter what, there's a lot of like flavor you can do in the song. It's quite stylistic in that regard. But what I want to say is, make sure whatever you do, you want to make sure you're starting with your right foot on the ups here, because then you're perfectly set up here and you don't have to do a double step later. All right, now we're moving into the last third of the song, which at the very end gets pretty tricky, but before that, it's not too bad. All right, definitely want to make sure that no matter if you double step or cross over the steps prior to this, you must start this 12th section with your left foot on the down, because that's the transition. If you started it with your If you start this with your right, you're gonna have a bad time. Make sure you start this with your left foot. And then as soon as you finish the 12th, you have to know that a triplet 16th. So these three notes are much faster than the 12th notes. So those are much faster than the 12th. Now here's like the really tough part, and unfortunately, uh, you gotta do it. If you can do max 360 and you can do the triple taps at the end, you should be fine here because it's a lot slower. It's only 165 or 330 to compare it to max 360. But you gotta go. I don't recommend foot switching these because it ends with a down. So you gotta man up or woman up if you're a girl or whatever. You gotta make sure you jack those with one foot. Finish there. Now this one now you can double step this. If you want to double step this next pattern, start with your right foot. So it'll be right, left, right, up. So technically you could start with your left. It's really whatever you're more comfortable with. And this one you can do it because this would be the same thing as max 300, like right? If you put max 300 on mirror, because it would end with a up, up, up jump. So personally, I would go with my right foot if I'm going to double step this. I try not to double step. Sorry, not. Why do I say double step? Foot switch. I try not to foot switch up arrows. It's a lot more risky, but at least for me it is. But if you are going to foot switch it, I would recommend the right foot on the up, left, right foot, and then your right toe should be in this area. So your heel is going to slap down here. So your toes there, and then you're going to immediately switch to your heel and meet your left foot to switch to your heel at the same time. All right. And another reason why I do like it on mirror, because that one would be downs, but you do get downs up here. So how are we going to approach this pattern? So play it out normal. I do not recommend foot switching because how it's set up right now, you would have to start with your left or right foot, right, left, and then right. And don't foot switch this one. So if you want to foot switch that one, fine, but do not foot switch this one. So right, left. So go really hard and play it out. This one you could foot switch because that's your right, left, right. Yeah, this is the only one that you can foot switch. So don't foot switch. But either way, cross over. So we are going to cross over our right foot to the back and finish it out. And then these are just hammers. They're fast, they're tricky, but they're good practice. If you can master this, you're going to be pretty good in a lot of aspects of your career. So practice it if you're having trouble, you'll get it down. And you get 2 practice runs. Alright, triplets until the end. There's going to be one tricky crossover at the very, very end. Right there. I think there's actually one more. So there's a crossover there. Yeah, there's one more to that side. And then a final string. And that's it. Alright, not too bad. If you did put it on mirror, those crossovers would be a lot harder. Trust me, I know. But it's worth it overall, personally for me. But yeah, Glitch Angel, only 553 steps. Not too much for a 17. It's on the lower scale. Definitely one of the easier 17s. That's why I have 4 perfects on it. But I hope that this breakdown helped you, and I hope that, yeah, I hope it worked. All right, thanks, Game Fan, for the request, and I hope everyone else enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. If you like what I do and want to be notified whenever I upload or go live, subscribe and hit that bell icon. If you really love me, consider pledging on Patreon to enjoy exclusive benefits. Lastly, keep the DDR discussion going by joining my Discord community linked below. Thanks again, and peace.